Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing, continuing on with Season 2, and we have our second elimination race of the season. This is Total Extermination Race 12. And hello Wood and hello Beefcake in the chat. So nothing changed on this track, same as the last season. Very unforgiving and very punishing. So elimination race means if you finish in the top 20, it doesn't matter if you DNF, you will still get your points. And this is all about surviving. So we're expecting a high DNF rate. So our predictions will once again be slightly different. And being in front early doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win. It's a marathon, not a sprint this time. So we'll start by getting all of our races in. As you can see, it's going to be 20 laps around this track. If everyone can even survive 20 laps, we will see. I have a feeling in Season 1 we only had a couple of people left running, if I remember correctly. And our lap count was a bit lower. But we'll see how consistent everyone is. We do have more races this time. So it will be interesting. I imagine there's going to be a lot of upsets. That is why we do enjoy these elimination races. I like to throw them in every now and then. So before we have a look around the track again, I'll start up the predictions. So slightly different than our usual races. Looking at higher DNF figures here. So we will start the prediction up. How many races will DNF? Start prediction. 2 minutes and counting to get in those predictions now. And while that is happening, let's go through the track. So at the start it goes into a split. You have two thinner lines, a little bit slower, or you have this open route to the other side going up to jumps. Now the thinner route being safer off the landing, very flat landing, the other side does have these little ramps. Now there is a chance these can throw you off. Cheese, welcome. Right on time? I don't think so. You were not here at the very start. I think you were late. I'm calling it. I think my prediction was right. So you then go into these nails and through to this house. Now you do not want to go into this house. This house is very dangerous. I think we called it the House of Doom, if I remember correctly. So you don't want to be entering that. It's no problem, cheese. It's no problem. But glad you could make it. Then over to the steps and across this bridge. Careful not to fall off the edges. They are not supported. Then up this pipe. Low gravity and flung out the other end into this wall of spikes. These can send you off the edge, so be careful with where you hit that wall. And then down to these bounce pads. Now you can land over here, it will just set you back down to do the pipe route once again. Or you can carry on straight, which is the quickest way, or there's this catch bit here. So falling off here is not entirely likely. That could still happen, and you could also get stuck. So try not to get stuck. Then down this straight, it's all about which route you take. The far left. This is going to wipe you out. This is a DNF point. You'll be removed for crashing into those rocks. So you want to take one of these two lanes up to this jump. So if you fail to make the jump, you'll either go down this route to try and take it again, or this other side, which will wipe you out. So you don't want to be taking that side. Now up the jump, you have another fail section. If you go backwards off the jump, you will get pushed back to try it once again. Or you can go on this lower route or the upper route. Both fairly similar. And then no real dangers down this bit. This bit's all about just keeping your speed all the way through around this sweeping bend and back around to the start to try and survive it all once again. And good timing, it looks like the DNF predictions are just about to finish, which means we can get this race underway and see if anyone does survive and who can survive for the longest. So let's get going with this elimination race. So off down the split route. A little bit of a jam up. Everyone is through. Now let's see what happens at the jump. I can get a good view here. Are we going to lose anyone on the jump itself? Looks good. Over to the house. It looks like Muffin is the first one to go. Skyline follows them in. Was that Sawyer that followed in? Nick's gone in as well. Shaq's got pushed in. So with more racers this time, it looks like there's a bit more pushing into the House of Doom. Jenny is stuck. Mario Hunter trailing behind. Cutsy in. So we've lost a few already on that house. So Cheese not the first to DNF. Oh, a big jump for side effects. Luckily managing to stick the landing. Daz is going to go back to take it again. See as everyone else flies at the wall. We're going to have any more casualties. It looks okay for now. These side effects and Logan taking the jump in the distance. See what happens. McWave dropping back down, but does get the safe route to try again. There's a few people going to have to retake this jump. Superboss could be in trouble. They should get nudged over one way or the other. They get pushed up by Tokyo. Very helpful for Tokyo there. Shady gets hit. McWave has gone off. Shady's going towards the bad side. Looks like Shady is going to be DNF'd as well. Adam is off, so quite a few DNFs already coming in on this first lap. We can see the front runners already making their way around for the next lap. So you would expect this first lap to be very DNF heavy, especially on that house at the start, as everyone's pushing each other. As it starts to spread apart, it should get a little bit easier for people. See Zora off in the distance. But the first couple of laps are always the hardest, with everyone pushing each other around. And then it's all about being consistent. So yes, Cheese up into a decent position. Quack's just been crossed off the board. Dirt Monster getting very close to entering the House of Doom there. It's okay, every now and then my brain hurts too. Sometimes you have those days. Oh, and Jenny is in the House of Doom. That would be a DNF Armtech. A little bit stuck. It's not going to reach the booster, so they're going to be stuck there until they get a push. Logan's gone off in the background. We see Cheese up into second. Crimson in first. Side effects of the fastest lap. Is now down to fifth. Some big bounces by Wolf there, and is going to fall off. So you don't want to be bouncing that much. Pesky Bird just flying all the way across. Akane seems to have got themselves stuck. It's just going to bounce back on here and go again. But interesting strategy. Were our previous winner getting some big height here. They have to be careful how they exit. Ib's gone off track. Word's gone off. You don't want those big bounces. Those big bounces are very bad. French exam. I remember doing French at GCSE level. Don't know if that's what they're still, what you refer to them as, but it's secondary school, which I think is like high school in America. Yeah, I wasn't very good at French. I was not. From now on, you'll do the prediction outcome for you, since you know how to do that now. Yeah, you can do. It does save me a job as long as you get it right. I'll be counting to make sure. Ooh, Zach nearly going into the house there. Dom's got the fastest lap now. James has been eliminated. Demon almost getting eliminated. Manages to block out Snorker. Armtech still stuck over there. Christopher very close to the edge. So quite a few people falling victim to the house. Looks like Barto and James are both out. Crossed off the leaderboard. Don't know where we lost Barto. Let's head up to this wall once again. Of course, everyone starts to spread out on this, so it does get a bit harder to follow people. But as we see more getting eliminated, it will be easier to follow the few remaining. Oh, again a big bounce. Cloud Monkey is going to be out from that. Very costly. I'm going to get off these bounce pads as quick as you can. Just like Demon did there. Very good run. Marley is off. Maths exam felt easy, but there we go. Should be good for doing the predictions then. Do that quick maths. What's happened to Stanky? They've managed to balance themselves right here. I don't think they're going to be moving anywhere. See, Magic's now crossed off. We've lost Magic. Well, I don't know how Stanky's managed to do that. Someone always finds a way to do something new. So Superboss and Budo come up to the jump. Superboss nailing it onto the top floor. Budo's going to fall back down. Blending in with the ramp. It looks like they're going across to the safe way unless they get a bounce. Just in Time's going to hit them, and that's bad for Just in Time and Alice. That collision has costed both of them, but has saved Budo. Zach, out of 4th, has been DNF'd. So lots and lots of DNFs flying in. Just to be expected. Oh, good stuff, Cheese. Good stuff. That's what I like to hear. Oh, Budo has gone off. After being saved and having 2 sacrifices, they've just gone and blown it. Pesky Bird's got themselves stuck on the bounce pads. Usually getting stuck there, you have no hope of getting set free. Oh, side effects is getting bouncy. This could end bad. It's real height going. Oh, nailed it. Nailed the landing. That's how it's done. Just showing off. Hello, Superboss. Welcome to the stream. Mini crossed off from 3rd. So DNF4 Mini. So we can see a lot of DNFs coming in already. We might actually already be heading into our top 20. And we're only on lap 4. This is what I mean. Quick DNFs early on while there's a lot of people around. That's bad for Dom. That's going to be out from 5th on the fastest lap. Someone just went into the rocks as well. Stormy's gone off on the bend. Crimson off as well. So it looks like we're losing a few more on these bends as well than we used to. After going a bit so I'll be here for long. As no worries, at least you made it. Seeing quite a few people crossed off. So I think we're already down to very few people. This is a lot more DNFs, a lot quicker than we had in the last season. I think Tokyo and Side Effects just got crossed off. Crimson has just been DNF'd. We might be down to 6 still running already. This could end up being really short unless they can stay consistent. Cheese looks like they managed to get stuck with Pesky Bird. Armtech's still stuck in that one spot. So not gaining any positions, being stuck there. No, nothing's been changed on this track, but maybe because of the updates on the game and some freeform issues, because that freeform track over there, I don't think we ever used to see anyone go off on it, whereas now we have. So maybe with some of the updates, because this was made way before these last few updates. Christopher getting close to falling off there. Because I did test this. Tested all my tracks before the season started. Blockmaster flying off in the background. Looks like Wood's off as well, but in 4th. If Mario keeps moving, could push Wood down to 5th. Christopher's got themselves stuck. Yeah, testing, there wasn't this many going off, to be honest. So maybe it just happened to be the look of the live stream. Very quick end to the race. But we still have Superboss on the move. Mario on the move, looking to try and pick up a couple of places. Might actually be able to get 2nd if they can keep going. Get past Christopher and get past Mario. Christopher's stuck. Not Mario. Mario's the one moving. Christopher and Blockmaster as Blockmaster's out. So only 2 actually left still running around. So yeah, I think maybe one of the updates did a bit of damage to this track. But I thought I would have picked that up when I tested it, but it seemed to run smooth on the testing. But this time around, not so good. Unless there's been another update since the test, which I don't think there has been, but I might be wrong. Feels so short. Yeah, although we've been going for stream for 20 minutes, but yeah, it is definitely shorter than our usual ones. Usually aim for an hour. But hey, we've still got Super Boss and Mario going around, so we may have, what, the next 14 laps of just two? Two still going. I mean, Armtech's just going to stay sat there unless one of these two can get him going. That could be a great comeback story. They can get Armtech on the move again. Armtech might be able to actually pick up some places from all the DNFs. I don't think anyone on the bounce pads is going to get set free because everyone tends to just go over the top of them. Unless there could be a rollback, maybe set Christopher free. I think Cheese and Pesky Bird are well and truly stuck. But that does mean everyone's positions at the moment are pretty much secured. Yeah, I think if Superboss and Mario end up DNFing, and it looks like everything ends, yeah, maybe I'll do like a second run that isn't counted towards the season, just so this isn't such a short stream. Because we will just be forced to end it early if both of these DNF. And that'll be the results. But at least everyone else below the top, oh, Superboss, what have you gone and done? Oh, you managed to get stuck on a boost pad. Well, that's not gone well. Oh, Mario's been written off. So with a great, yeah, just he left. So an incredible race. Oh wait, on the move again. They'd say they'll be back in a bit. My building skills. Oh no. Although I am gonna do some work on this track because this track is actually one of mine. Definitely needs an update. I was saying that before I was doing this. Well, I was thinking about it. I was like, I need to update this track. Definitely needs an update, but I wasn't going to get around to doing it before this season. I'd already tested it, so. But it will definitely be updated for next season with some of the new features, especially with how many people are now DNFing on it. It's a bit too DNF happy. Of course, updated Oval Speedway, which is one of mine as well. I do like my elimination tracks. And that's looking much better for the next season. I'm actually looking forward to that one. So I guess we're just watching Superboss make their way around. See how long they can last. What are people saying? They're on lap 7. Well, Dom secured the fastest lap unless Superboss can pull something out. Try and get an extra point. Yeah, everyone else, there's your positions secured. So they will be points for them. Yeah, I do like the eliminations. Maybe I'll work on one that isn't at some point. I think it usually happens because marbles start going off. And so I just go, oh, you know what? Let's just make more marbles go off. It's an elimination race now. Yeah, you did get some decent points. Short race, but some people are going to be happy with the results from it. But let's speed things up a little bit as Superboss is going around. Yeah, it's not. I did 10 laps on it just for testing. I will sort out the actual lap count at some point. That was purely so I could see what it was like, give it a run. But we might as well do marble cam. Instead of me just following one marble round from above. This looks much easier. Oh, nearly in the house. I thought that was going to be it. Thought we were going to be able to end it. So speed things up a little bit. Get time going. I guess this gives me a bit of time to just talk to chat while we watch Superboss. This is the Superboss show now. Oh wait. A sudden change of events. Cheese has been set free. Did someone else get set free? I think Christopher's been knocked free as well. They have, and they've just thrown it away. But Cheese is on the move. So this is an opportunity. Superboss getting stuck again. This is an opportunity for Cheese to build up some positions. Already moving up to 6th. This could be big for Cheese. This could be very big. Superboss nearly getting caught up in the house there. So Cheese moving up to 5th. I mean, this could be a comeback and a half. It could be an incredible story of the season. Superboss running along the barrier there, taking it risky. Can Cheese keep this up? Yeah, this was definitely all me. Moving up to 3rd. Superboss is off. This is a chance for Cheese. If Cheese can keep running for as long as Superboss did, they could look at taking 1st. Like I said, this is a marathon. It is just about surviving. So let's watch Cheese. No pressure at all. But this could be your chance for a 1st. And all you have to do is stay alive and keep moving. Just heard the news, Superboss. Yep. However, it's not over yet. You got 9 laps in, and I don't know how many laps behind Cheese is, but I'm guessing it's got to be what, 4 laps? 3 or 4 laps? So, see if Cheese can keep moving. Yeah, I think there might have been a bit of a change to some of the freeform, so that's definitely something that's going to need to be changed. Freeform sections. I want to include some of the new cosmetics and features. Nearly going off there, that was risky. So this track should be looking much nicer and running much better in the next season. How long ago did I last work on this track? When was it first shown? Was it season 1 or was it in the pre-season? I don't remember. But basically it hasn't been touched since then. That is not a good bounce. That is going to be Cheese out. Superboss secured the 1st place. Cheese is going to have to settle with 2nd after running into our DNF zone. The reverse jinx. However, it's come to an end. Armtech still stationary. Stanky. I can't speed up my movement right now. What's going on? There we go. Stanky stuck, Pesky Bird stuck, and no one else left running. So, a very short elimination race. Half an hour. So yeah, maybe we will do something after this just to fill some time. Maybe we'll run another one just for fun. But I guess we'll end the race here. 9 laps in and everyone is going to DNF. Now, did anyone predict that? Did anyone call that prediction? We'll see. So we'll end the race right there. Oh, end race. Of course, it does have a time for Superboss, but that was a DNF, so it will count as a full DNF. All the way down. Pitsy being our first, going into the House of Doom, if I remember correctly. So Cheese, if you want to do, yep, there we go. Prediction result is everyone. Boom, well done, Cheese. You did a mod thing. You did indeed. Now, nobody thought this would happen. I can't believe no one thought that everyone would DNF. Oh, well. I mean, not gonna lie, I thought there might at least been one still running, but... yeah, so no one actually got this prediction right. But I guess I will enter the results. I don't really know what we watch while I do that. I guess just this screen here while I enter the results, and I'll be back with the standings and we'll do something else. We'll do another race. So we can actually fill up the rest of the stream time. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes with the standings and see how this has changed the leaderboard. I think things might be looking good for Cheese and Superboss here. But yeah, be back in a couple of minutes with that.
Just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us.
Okay, so you're going to say excited in French. There we go. Okay. So the results are in. So let's go over to the leaderboard and check it out. No points for 7 races in a row. That is very unfortunate. So here we go. In first is now Snorker with 101 after finishing 15th there. Adam is now in second with 98, dropping off from the top spot. I think they were in the top spot, picking up no points there. Magic third with 97, Space Comet with 94 in fourth, Marley in fifth with 82, Cheese now in sixth with 72. could see. Where's Superboss? Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, even with the fastest lap and some good points there. Doesn't look like they are. Oh yeah, they are. I thought you meant they weren't on the board here, but they are. Where was I? Kutsi in 7th with 71, tied with Demon. Were in 9th with 66. Christopher in 10th with 64, tied with James and Jake. Then below them is Mario, Zor, Carol, Shona, Crimson, Skyline, Zach, Dom, Superboss, Jenny, Harry, Poms, and Barto. So Superboss is tied with Dom in 20th. That's that extra point from the fastest lap. So yeah, bit of movement on the leaderboard after this totally amazing race. That totally went to plan. And we are almost halfway through the season, race 12 of 27. If I remember how many races I have off the top of my head. Did we have 27? Sure, we had 27. So yeah, approaching the halfway mark. But still chance for more people to move around. And no one particularly making a big breakaway on the leaderboard. So that top 3 is still all up for grabs. Don't remember where they are. Of course, the leaderboards are in the Discord if you want to check it out. For those who aren't in the Discord, definitely head over there. Link will be in the chat. It'll also be in the description if you're watching on YouTube. Also, if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. A lot of our viewers are not subscribed, and it really helps out with the algorithm and helps out with the channel and myself out. Yeah, definitely come over and follow live on Twitch, watch the races live, join in with the chat. That helps me out quite a bit as well. We're trying to push for 70 followers this season, and last stream we actually had 2 followers and 1 follower that followed before the stream, so technically 3 followers that day. That was a very good day. I realise your guess on how it comes is wrong. The list in the... What? The list here? What list are you on about? The list that we've got on screen now should be the same list as what's in the Discord. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. So yeah, that's the standings. So for those who are just interested in the season race and the standings and all of that stuff, then that's going to be it for the season stuff, but it's not going to be it for the stream or the video. So I think one more race. So do we do same track again? Could do same track again. See if people can last a bit longer. There'll be no points up for grab. 11 more races. Definitely not. I'll be here all night. Oh, you're on about the race list. I thought you were on about now. I was like, no, definitely not. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, let's head back over to the game. And of course it's going to do this intro again because that's just the way it is. It's the scene transition I have for this bit. So every time I change scene it will do that when I go to the races scene. So let's clear up everything, reset the grid, and let's go again. You know, we're going to do less laps just in case people actually survive. So let's do 10. 10 should fill the time, alright? See if anyone can actually make 10 laps. Don't think there's anything else different we can do. Actually, you know what, for fun, we will add in the joining. Now, Cheese seems to know everything about this game and how this works. if I activate the joining now and people join now before I add in the normal racers, do they get added in on top and then everyone gets to race, including the people that joined? Or do I add in my ones first, but then that starts the countdown? What's any ideas on any of that? How about I find out? Good idea. Well, yeah, a bit early on that, so I haven't ticked this. So who can join? Everyone can join. Everyone can join. Default skins. Actually, you know what? Let's. They all deselected. Select all of them. Oh, can I not? Wait, what's this? Toggle. Okay, deselect all and then do that. I assume that selects all of them. They can be our normal ones. Subscriber can be invert. Oh, okay. Subscriber skins. You know what? Subscriber skins can be animated. Yeah, that sounds good. I haven't seen these two skins before. These must be new. I am thinking about doing turn off respawn. Okay, I'll try and remember that. I'm planning on revamping the team skins at some point. I think I'll figure out the best way of doing it, but have it so we can change up the skins a bit. Maybe create our own. As there are new skins and some better looking ones, you can change them about a bit. So these will be the subscribers. And the mods. Mods fancy any particular set? Doggos? Yeah, we could just have doggos. All of our mods as doggos. VIP. Doggo as well. Why not? Still doggos. Subs get an effect. Sure, subs you get an effect. Are these all selected? No, I assume not if they're all just white background. You want effect? Yeah, we'll have effect. We'll have effect. We'll just select them all and see what happens. Can't tell if that means they're selected, but I assume so. Assume they're blue if they're selected. I don't know what that first effect is. We'll leave that one off. Respawn on death off. Spawn on joining off. Yeah. Spawn on join. I don't know what. I guess that means people can join part of the way through. Okay, so viewers can join. There we go. So everyone join. Get joining. Exclamation mark join. Has it worked? No. We are definitely playing. Wait, do you get added to a list? Ah, okay, so it adds you to a list. That's how it works. So does that mean we have to then add you to here? I have not got a clue. Right, well we'll be starting soon, so make sure if you're watching and you want to join, use exclamation mark join, and it'll put you in this list, and we'll do a fun race with imposters. And hopefully when we click start race, it'll add the 3 or however many are going to be in this list to the grid somewhere. Don't know how this works. This is our first live attempt. Yes, cheese. Burner marbles. Meaning... Okay. Oh, so they just get spawned in for the server purpose for the track. So just don't touch them. Don't mess with them. I'll only touch the main grid. Yeah, I'll just touch the main grid. That's fine. All right, so let's give this a go. So hopefully now, if I hit start race, did it work? It did. Look at that at the front. So it pushes the grid back. Everyone's still here, right? Yeah, we're at the back, score things at the front. I think that's right. We didn't lose anyone. Cool. Okay, so I know we're seeing they've been named. Yeah, that's fine. So there we go. So it looks like we have the two doggos, of course, both subbed, and then Beefcake with the... Oh no, both mods, and then Beefcake with the animated because they're subbed. And then sub trails. Yes, okay. So we have our three imposters starting at the front. Let's see how long they can survive. As we start our second race, just for fun. Just for fun race. That looks like we have a golden stripe back from cheese, green one from Beefcake, and nice sparkly ones off wood. And McWave's gone straight off. Anyone going in here? All cheese and imposter cheese nearly pushing each other in, trying to get rid of each other. Oh, that's a big line going in the middle. Not good. Tell you what, the logic update will be nice on this track. Maybe I'll have to do a massive revamp. This could look very different next time it comes around. Ooh, Shona getting pushed around. Could have gone off there. Now it's going to be hard to tell which one is normal cheese and imposter cheese on the leaderboard. You see Beefcake flying through. The effects make it a lot easier to see our imposters. Makes them very obvious. The Andrew up in the distance. So I can see imposter wood still going around because I can see the sparkles. Oh, Stormy going off. I swear that was where Stormy went off in the actual race as well. So there's imposter wood still going around. Demon going off in that corner. So yeah, something with the freeform here is causing a lot of people to run off. Can we see it actually happening? Is it just a bounce? There's real wood. Yeah, it looks like there's a bounce there. You see imposter Beefcake and imposter cheese making their way around quite easily. Oh, look, it's Beefcake versus Beefcake. Looks like the imposter is quicker. Getting past Cloud Monkey. Well, the imposters are very good on this track. They must be suited to the eliminations. You can name marble spaces. Oh, so there would just be like a blank space. No names. Beef versus beef. I get to what you're saying. So yeah, imposter beefcake, flying away. Zach and Adam were both stuck. I think I just saw. No, I thought I saw the line of imposter cheese then, but I must be mistaken. Oh, it looks like imposter beefcake is out, just getting crossed off the board. So beefcake will outlive their imposter. Where are the other two? Looks like imposter wood still going around, but normal original wood not to be seen. And what about cheese? Do we see either cheese? We see one. It is real cheese. So it looks like I think I jinxed all the imposters, as I don't think any of them are still running. But Nick currently in the lead. Westport getting crossed off. Imposter Woods crossed off. Yeah. Christopher off. Beefcake. Real Beefcake now crossed off. Cheese might have just set Adam free. Looks like they have. On the move once again. And Cheese might be looking to pass Nick here, as Nick did not get a good jump. Ooh, that was close for Cheese. Could have ended up stuck on the edge, but managed to get moving again. They'll have no name. Okay, that's fine. I just won't mess with anything. I will not break the map. Yeah, there's a bit of an issue with the freeform here. It looks like, because all of these boost pads were originally showing through here, so it looks like there has been a slight adjustment to freeform in an update, and it looks like it's almost slightly moved the freeform tracks by a very small amount, but clearly it makes a difference. Show me after the stream. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I might avoid using freeform for now. I know there's still some issues with it, so I think it's just safer to not use freeform for the moment. Especially on a track like this, it's already very DNF heavy. Yeah, I might rework this whole bottom bit. It's a bit quiet. Ooh, Cheese going towards the edge, bounces off one of the logs. Nick still the fastest lap in the lead. Shona's in second, Cheese now in third. Oh, Shona bouncing backwards. Gonna give Cheese a push. Doesn't block them. Got a big collision there. Bounces by Space Comet, but they don't go too high. Oh, Nick's been crossed off. DNF for them. We just saw someone into the rocks. Was that Space Comet? I think it might have been. So Shona up into first, Cheese in second. But Shaq's very close behind. So Cheese, Shax and TJ all very close together. We see Shona coming over the jump. And we're at the halfway point. And Shax is off and straight into the abyss. Cheese almost going to the House of Doom. Just narrowly avoiding it. And Shona and TJ a drag race across the bridge, out the pipe. TJ with a very good run through there. That was actually near perfect. An incredible line through that section. But not good on the jump. This means Shona's going to reclaim first. Cheese is going to take second, just beating TJ with a better jump. See, Pesky Bird is off in the background. Looks like they'll be staying in 10th. Armtech into the DNF in 5th. Oh, and Cheese off on our dodgy freeform track. That is Real Cheese out. So who do we have left running? We have Shona, TJ, and that is it. Look, 6 laps in. So yeah, pretty consistent now with the with the DNFs. So it's down to these two. No, it's not. TJ's just gone off. So it's just Shona. Potentially might be able to set side effects or Zach free. Side effects in a good spot to get not free, to be honest. But yeah, let's just watch Shona for a bit and chat. So it's warm today. There's no race tomorrow. There's no more races this week. This is the last race of this week. We'll be back with the racing again next week on Monday at the same time. Be back to a normal non-elimination race. And this weekend, going to Goodwood Festival of Speed, if anyone knows what that is. I don't know if it's mainly known by people in the UK, and if you're into cars and motor racing. So I will be away and occupied this weekend. Shockwave is next. Yes, it is. I think. A racing festival, right? Yes. So it's potentially, not wrong in saying, the biggest racing festival in the UK. So all the different motorsports, some racing drivers that go, and they do like a small hill climb course. So you usually get some new cars that have just been unveiled. It's like NASCARs, Formula One, rally, and then supercars, hypercars, lots of stuff. And it's my first time going, so I look forward to it. Heard of it but never seen it. Yeah, it's going on at the moment. I think it goes from Thursday through to Sunday, but we're going driving down there on Friday, so tomorrow. Bit of a long drive, about showing us off, so that is going to be the end of this race. A bit of a long drive, about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Yeah, so me and Wood are both going. So specific YouTubers add to the Discord. Yeah, probably not on the YouTube, but could always put something in the Discord, possibly. Thank you. I'm sure we will. I'm hoping the weather stays warm. So it's about 3.5 hours, which I'm sure anyone in America or that region's probably nothing. I know the distances there are ridiculous to drive, but it's quite far for us UK folk. We both have a good time, or else, well, I'm sure we will. As long as the weather stays nice and warm. So that's everyone DNF now. So probably be coming to the end of the stream soon. It's been about an hour, so that's worked out quite well. Yeah, we're driving down with a couple of friends as well. So they'll be in their car and I'll be driving mine. So yeah, should be a good weekend. Yeah, maybe I'll put some pictures in the Discord in the other content section or something, whatever that section's called in our Discord. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. So everyone DNF'd again. Shona won this casual race. TJ second. Cheese finishing third. So not doing too bad in both of these races actually. Doing quite well, Cheese. It will end the race. Quick look through the grid. Yeah, no problem. Assume on Discord. So yeah, there's the rest of the grid. McWave was our first one to go off. And yeah, Imposter would get in the 20th. Oh yeah, I don't have my sound on notifications, let me check. This is what it looks like. Oh, okay, that unnamed one at the bottom. Okay, so they'll appear on the grid as a DNF, but I can just ignore all the blank ones. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure my simple brain can understand that and remember that for the race. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this stream. So that is it for this week. Yeah, unless you're watching, then you'll be able to do the counting. Do your mod thing again. Yeah, I'm sure I can remember. I'm sure it's not going to be too hard for me. But yeah, so that's it for this week. We'll be back next week with races once again. So that to look forward to. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.